everybody. So I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to be using dice today. Dice and Lenormand cards. I have these like old beat up Lenormand cards, but I'll be using, I am going to be replacing them soon. I mean, I just love the artwork on them and the design on them. I'm going to be going for a simpler one, and I guess I'll rebuy these later. So this is a dice and Lenormand reading for the week of October 13th to October 19th. So because I'll be shuffling and rolling these dice as for each of the piles or for each of the items, I will not be using piles. So I'm going to give you the option of these items here. I mean, I guess you could choose which one's your favorite. Like, oh, I'd use this the most often. But I really rather you not. And honestly, just want you to like pick the knee-jerk reaction. Pick the, pick the one that just like is like, oh, that's interesting. Let me do that, But you are free to choose however you wish. So first item up is, this is going to be for option number 1. These are tweezers that I use whenever I have like long nails on. These are my real nails right now, but some of them are broken. I hate that. But whenever I have like long acrylics on or anything like that, I use these to put my eyelashes on. It's a little scary getting this real close to your face, but they're cool. They do their job. If you want to choose these, the timestamp will be in the description, and it will also be in the comments. Here is some makeup remover. It's Eliza Vecca Donkey Cream. Has that typical Eliza Vecca smell. I don't know if you guys use Eliza Vecca, but I do. So it's makeup remover. It's very hefty. Here is some lipstick, some liquid lipstick that's like really stays on really, really, really hardcore. That you can eat, you can drink, you can whatever, and this lipstick will stay on. And here we have a pink calculator. If you want to do that, pick that one, that's option number 4. So I will get back to you after you have chosen your option. All right, so I see that you chose option number 1, which was the eyelash tweezers. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna, oh no. I'm gonna just throw these die for you. For pile number 1, option number 1. Option number 1, 13th to the 19th of October. So here, the red die is representing the ship, and then white die is the stork, and then, oh sorry, this is an orange die. I've been calling the red die. Red die, our orange die is our ship. Gray die is our stork. And here we go. Here's the snail. All right. So when I look at this, I'm seeing maybe plans of moving on, maybe some travel, a journey, or maybe something you're searching for, or a message is going to be coming to you a little bit more slowly than you'd want it to. Like it's a message that you're waiting on for change. It's either a message or something, or maybe a move that you're trying to make is going to happen a little bit more slowly than you had anticipated it would be. So I also see like the message of, I'm also getting the message, making huge changes, or searching for, what is it that I'm trying to say here? Before you go making huge changes, Make sure that you've really thoroughly thought out everything you'll need if you go traveling. Make sure if you want to make any huge changes, make sure you think about all the implications of it, not just that huge move, the huge change, or huge movement in another direction. That you know, you're thinking about all of the things that it's going to affect in your life, not just that huge change. Think about all the little things, because all the little things build up into big things too. You know, huge lifestyle changes that maybe you're thinking about. So that's kind of what I think when I see that, like a new project maybe that you're working on might take a little slower to make that change in direction. Maybe there's a little bit of like delays in a project. Let me go ahead and draw some Lenormand cards to confirm and or deny or back up. What? Whoa. What the heck was that? Okay. It appears that Flash, we're not using Flash right now. All right, so I'll come back to this later after I'm going to continue on with the reading. And, heck. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't want to have to start this over because I don't want the meaning to change, the idea to change. So I'm going to just continue on without Flash, and then I guess I'll take a short break before I do 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I hope you can see what's going on. I promise I'll be more prepared in the future. Sorry, that threw me just a little bit off kilter there. I told you these cards are on their last leg, hon. All right. Once again, change. Here's the stork. So the stork is represented by the white die having two markers on it. And here, what's the first card that comes out? The stork. So you're definitely thinking about making some kind of changes with a friend, maybe, or something a friend said has inspired you to want to make some kind of huge lifestyle change. You're wanting to end something. Maybe you're wanting to end something with a lover or a friend. Okay, yeah, there we go. Love again. And start a new love. I think maybe you're wanting to start a new friendship or a new love or something like that. All right, this is definitely a new relationship with someone. You're wanting to make a new relationship with someone. And honestly, it looks like it will be a good start. It looks like it will be a good start. It looks like whoever you're thinking about, this lover, this new lover, this new friend in your life, this new companion, secret, you've been kind of holding this secret love back. But I'll make sure that we haven't stopped recording. Okay, this kind of new secret love you have, that you're thinking about switching on over to, it's not only best for you, but it's probably best for the other person to not just like keep stringing the other person along while you're in this love relationship. I honestly feel like this might be a good move, but like the dice were saying, it might be a little bit delayed. Maybe you're waiting on a message from them and it's not coming as fast as you want it to. But yeah, this ending, because this is the coffin and the sun directly after it, is something that, is pretty good. It's a good ending. We come to a good ending. Here we have your heart being changed by a new love or a new friend. You've secretly, because this is the book and the secrets, you've secretly loved this person, practically from afar. Maybe they're alone, maybe you're lonely, in the relationship that you're currently in. You want to end a friendship or a companionship with something or someone. And yeah, this is a secret change you've been thinking about for a while. So before you make any big decisions though, based on this reading though, make sure you know all the implications, prepare for all reactions and stuff like that. And if you have any questions, ask them in the comments if you need to. And if you really would like to, you can get a private reading, private dice and Lenormand reading with me. Outright Oracle. I will be keeping my website in the description box. So feel free to tell me all about it there. But you can also ask some quick questions and touch base with me in the comments, you know, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. I'm just so sorry that I'm cutting this off just a little bit short because I don't want this phone to just like cut out in the middle of the reading. So I'll keep my ears and eyes open for you, honey. Thank you. Wait, pile number one, before you go, I just want to reiterate, this all looks good as long as you take it slow and you've made all the decisions with caution and great thought put to them, okay? So, good luck. All right, now bye for real. All right, option number 2. So you chose the, what do you call this? The makeup remover, the jar of makeup remover. How fun. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to, you know, focus on our subject, which is the week of October 13th until October 19th. Let's see. What do we come up with here? Option number 2. So, our orange die represents, is representing the ship. Our gray die, representing our white die, is, this is crossroads. And then here we go. Here is our purple blue die representing the fruit tree. So when I see this, I'm thinking maybe you're making some kind of financial decision, maybe some work overseas, maybe some business overseas, or some kind of like you're searching for a entrepreneurial option, I believe. Like that's what I feel. That's what I think. So whereas the last option was like very much romance centered, this one is very much like finance centered. So I feel like what I'm seeing here is the ability to make good decisions and good options in on this type of decision here. So I think that you're going to be very, very fruitful in your choices. So let's go ahead and go with our Lenormand. Please excuse how much my Lenormand seems to be falling apart. So I'm going with the Lenormand and we're gonna look at some of the options there. Number 2. Option number 3. Natural decisions. So first card coming out is the birds. Now I read Lenormand the modern way. So in the modern deck, birds normally represents communication back and forth. So that might be that you're not making this decision on your own. You might be making this decision with another person. Once again, the fruit tree represents money, finances, and here we have the fish. So this might be some conversation taking place in the future, or even maybe right now, about some kind of entrepreneurial or something involving money. Oftentimes, a King of Diamonds here can represent an entrepreneurial spirit. And it looks like you're making this decision with another person. Once again, like this might be going into a partnership with someone, a financial partnership with someone, or a merger, maybe. Here, this might, the letter here might represent some written contract, maybe. So you might be talking about it verbally, but it may be made official pretty darn soon. This to me just reiterates the trust between you and another person, an indication of it. Now, I'm also getting the warning not to be too hasty over making the decision. All right, so don't be too hasty. Don't be too fast to sign over your ideas. That's what I'm looking at. So yeah, go ahead and stretch out this decision as long as you can. This looks like it's going to be over the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. So I'm seeing like some sort of deal between you and another. This might even be something kind of creative, honestly. So don't be too quick to sign over your ideas, whether they be lyrics, a patent, or something like that. Go ahead and definitely explore the value of what you're offering up in this bargain end too. So make sure that you read the fine print in any kind of agreement, because you know, there are some people who are a little treacherous. They might want to try to take things from you. They might want to try to speak over your head, or use a lot of jargon that you might not understand. So make sure you understand all that, especially when it comes to your money, and especially when it comes to your heart and soul creations. So that's what I have to offer you there. Now let's move on to option number 2. Hi, option number 3. Hey, for all of you who chose the lipstick. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on into it. This is advice and predictions for the week of October 13th on into the 19th. So first we're using our die. All right. Wow, we got a lot of ships here, huh? Okay, because the first 2 were ships, and now you're a ship. So our orange die is representing, with the 3 dots, is representing the ship. Our gray die with 1 dot is representing the sun. And our blue purple die is looking stunning with 5 dots representing the goblet. Okay, so when I see this, I'm seeing maybe some kind of celebration that you're either that's either in honor of you, or is something that you're invited to. So I'm seeing maybe some kind of party, maybe some kind of you know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't see any huge life-altering changes with this or anything like that. I just see having a really good time. Having a really good time at a party, having maybe expanding, maybe networking a bit, but really just overall just a really good week, really good party, lots of fun. We're going to go ahead and we're going to shuffle our Lenormand for option number 3 here. Excuse the the rattiness of them. They are being replaced actually as we speak today. So it's actually really hard to find a lot of different designs for Lenormand. These ones I love. I just love them. They're just so elegant, the images. Hope to create a Lenormand deck of my own. It's really beautiful. Tell me what you think in the comments. Okay. So now I'm going to draw these cards to help clarify this thought. So we got fish, we have, let me make sure I have lots of space here. We have the writer, so maybe it looks like you have a message of some money coming along the way, which in turn, maybe you were already popular, but might increase your popularity a bit there. The dog, friends with money. The snake kind of indicates a little bit of trouble there. Maybe, let's draw the last two cards and really see what we're looking at, what we're working with here. So beware of any arguments with your friends about money. While it's all fun and games to like use that money and celebrate that money and, you know, spend lavishly on food and drink as the goblet would appear, being represented by the blue and purple die, would like to indicate. Also be careful because you don't want to enable greedy friends or friends that are entitled or that feel entitled. So, and it's weird because it almost makes me think that this might be an older male friend or a friend that is male that is older or a friend that is male that you've been friends with for a while. Kind of makes me think that maybe this friend has a male companion that will also kind of lash out at you when this person doesn't get what they want. So be aware of, you know, friends that are kind of emotionally manipulative, who might use their popularity against you in a way to manipulate you while you're out there partying and having a good time and living it up. So I don't see that this male would like come after you like face to face. They're the type to like hide behind a phone call to bit, you know, to you know, pick on you in honor of your more popular friend. So maybe this friend is someone who doesn't quite handle all their own dirty work. But I don't know if you often have arguments over money. But it looks like you definitely will have more than them, and or, you know, it could be the reverse. It really could. But, you know, while you're out there throwing the cash around or while you're out there, you know, club hopping this season, you know, be aware of enabling like entitled friends. So I've got to say for that. Bye, option number 3. Okay, that's a fun option. Okay, so this is your reading for, sorry, my mind is a little bit foggy right now because things going on around me. All right, so I'm going to do my best regardless though. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and roll your dice, option number 4, for the week of October 13th to 19th. So we have our orange dye landing on the 5 spots, which is the beetle. We have our gray dye landing on the 6, which is crossroads. We have we have our purpley blue dye, which landed on 2, which is the lightning. So to me, that's really telling me that there is probably something that you've been working really hard on, something that you've been really persevering through, and I want you to realize how to make really good choices. And you can't make really good choices in flashes, like especially flashes of emotion, such as anger and stuff like that. Now, those things can motivate us, you know, like slow burning coal can motivate a machine to move forward, you know, an automaton or whatever, you know, I don't know, steam powered, I don't know. But a flash of anger, a flash of flame can destroy progress that you've made, that you've put your heart and soul into. Sorry, I'm just feeling a little bit pressured right now because I'm sorry, my mood changed so much from the other videos. Right, so I mean, not pressured by you. Don't for a moment think that. So let me go ahead and see what this is that you've been working on, you know, and you have these options, you know, before you feel. So think before you feel when it comes to something you've been working this hard on and you've been having this much perseverance on, you know. There might be someone who doesn't understand, you know, why you put so much effort and dedicate so much time, you know, someone who maybe tries to push your buttons, wants maybe a little bit of attention. You don't want to like blow up and destroy some of the other stuff that you've built and that other stuff that you've worked on. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw you some Lenormand cards for you this week. Yeah, once again, like I apologize to all the other options. You know, this is a very, yeah, these cards are pretty beat up right now. It's from rifling. I don't know how to shuffle other than to rifle. Like I've tried all the other ways and it doesn't feel right unless I rifle them. All right. So we got a letter, maybe it's a text or something. A text that's biting, a text or a message, a letter or email that is critical of your success or your work. Maybe it's a something that you've worked really hard on that they've said, no, we don't need that, we don't want that, we're not accepting that, and then they say something mean on top of that. You know, you may be feeling rejection or, you know, some of your enemies maybe are being revealed to you a bit slower. All right, so yeah, it may feel like that right now. It may feel like, you know, you're trying to express yourself and it's being rejected, or you're trying to work hard on something and it's being rejected by a group of people that you maybe put a lot of, you give them a lot of power, like, oh, they're the ones who decide if your work or what you're doing is so amazing or awesome and worthy, like, you know. I do feel like don't blow up at that group, even if they do something nasty, because there is another group or another avenue of getting what you want done. I'm seeing that there's another. You see how this garden here, garden represents like groups, parties, sometimes groups. And when you see this, you see how it's up against the mountain, like it's touching the mountain, which is like a stoppage, like a delay or a stoppage or a big fat no, but it's also touching the heart, which is like yes. So if the mountain is like no and the heart is yes, then that means that there's two avenues, especially when we see the crossroads here. We see the crossroads in the dice, and we see the crossroads here in the corner here as well. See how these two branch off from the crossroads here? Like you could take the option of like snapping back, and then you'll end up alone, which is the tower. The tower in the Lenormand can represent a couple things depending on what's touching it. But in this case, we're going to say you'll end up alone, because say that you snapped at one group that didn't want it, that said no, that said that's not worthy. But there's another group that wants to say it's worthy, that wants to say your idea or your work is worthy. Now, say the word gets back to that other person. They're going to be like, okay, well, that work was worthy, but I don't know about the person snapping at them like that. I can't have a loose cannon like that around, So you got to be level-headed, okay? Because there might be another group or another business or another person who can validate your ideas, that you can just turn the other cheek, and that's it. A lot of people, they would interpret that Bible quote or whatever as turn your other cheek so it gets slapped. No, it's turn the other ass cheek. There's two, so remember how, and I don't know if you've seen any of my other previous videos, how I said one thing that I really do appreciate about the Bible is that it's full of puns. They purposely use puns in the Bible. And cheeks, there are two sets of cheeks. Okay, there's your face cheek, and then there's your ass cheek. When Jesus said turn the other cheek, he wasn't saying turn the other cheek so you get slapped in the face. He meant turn around and walk away. Turn the other cheeks. Turn around, walk away, be the better person. Turn your ass cheeks to them and walk. You don't need to, show your ass in order to do that, because, like I said, you want to make sure that you preserve your reputation, and in response to to your rejection. So that's all I have to say for pile number 4, or for the pink calculator that says boobs, BOOB 5. Remember doing that as a kid? I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to do. Didn't mean anything. Just thought it'd be funny. All right. Enjoy your success. Just keep a level head. Remember how hard you work, and know that you don't want to throw your hard work out the window by snapping. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.